Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jadior and I'm back with another video, and as you can see by the title, I'm going to be telling you guys about the time that I almost got kidnapped. So I haven't talked about this situation because I just felt like it was, I brushed it off, but I've just been watching stuff lately on human trafficking and stuff like that, and it really just got to me. So I was like, you know what, let me share my story and what happened to me, so maybe you guys can know the signs of, just suspicious stuff if you're by yourself and just don't know what to do. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So this happened 2 years ago, 2 summers ago. So it wasn't this summer, last summer, it was the summer before that. And I'm just gonna give you guys a little background story about how this all even happened and what led to it. So my dad has his own company, he has his own business, and his business is I would say in a car, it's probably 7 minutes from where we lived. We lived, and then literally you just took one road, two roads straight all the way down, and his business was right there. So during the summer, my dad was like, oh, you guys should come work for me during the summer, make some money, prepare us for the real world, stuff like that. So my dad was like, but one thing, you can't drive with us in the morning. He was like, you guys can't ride with me in the morning because you have to work for your, you have to work for what you want. You got to work for what you get. So he was like, ride your bike. So it was me and my two brothers. I was 17 at the time, or 16. I had to just turn, if I was 16, I might have been 16 turning 17 or just turned 17. So I'm not really sure, but yeah. So it was me, my brother, and my older brother. Me and my brother were the same age, and then my older brother was 17, about to turn 18, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was 17, about to turn 18. I don't know, but yeah. And it was the three of us. So me and my brothers was bet, we're gonna drive our bikes, we're gonna be making money, a good amount of money each week, and we could save that up to buy our school clothes, because that's what it really was. He wanted us to work so we could save up to buy school clothes and stuff like that. So that's exactly what we were doing. And when we would ride our bikes, we would always ride our bikes together. We would never go separate ways. And mind you, it was 2 different ways to get to his job. It was on the new road. We called it the new road because they had just built that road. So a couple years ago, so it was a new road. So we called it the new road. You could either take the new road path or you could take the railroad path, because you had to get over the railroad to get to his job. So those were the 2 ways to get to his job. And me and my brothers will really take the new roadway because it was just the shortest to us, and it was just basically a straight drive. So we took that way every day, and everything was normal for a couple of weeks. For a couple of weeks, everything was normal. We would ride together, and then we would get bored of doing the same thing. So sometimes we would take the railroad way, or sometimes we would take the new roadway. So sometimes we'll switch it up and stuff like that. So it was the day when me and my brothers wanted to switch it up one day, and we were like, oh, okay. So my two brothers took the railroad way, and then I took the new roadway. And mind you, during that day, it was kind of a dark day. It wasn't really a sunny, pretty day. It was kind of a ugly day. The clouds was out, and then it looked like it was about to rain. So I had on kind of a Adidas windbreaker type a jacket. It looked like if you could wear it in the rain. I had on one of those jackets, and I had on Adidas pants. Okay, so after we got done from working, we was like, okay, my brother's gonna take the roadway and I'm gonna take the new roadway, and we're gonna see who gets home faster. It was basically a race. And we was like, all right, bet, so we're gonna do that. So my brothers went on about their way, and I went the new roadway. And as I was driving, it started to rain. It started to rain, and it wasn't deep rain, but it was raining. So I was like, dang. So I put my hood on. I You know how you tie it and then it's kind of like it scrunches around your face. So I did that, and then I was just riding my bike. And sometimes when I would ride my bike home, like people would beep at me, but they would never like stop. People would just beep at me. But like that didn't happen that day. So as I was riding down the new roadway, it's always a whole bunch of cars. Like when you first get out of my dad's building complexion where his business is at, it's always a whole bunch of cars. So I always felt kind of safe because it was like a lot of cars, and it would be like people walking like beside me and stuff. I would never make eye contact with them. Like I'm just kind of like a scary person when it comes out like to the real world. Like I'm just kind of scary. I don't know why. I just don't mess with nobody. I don't look at nobody no type of way because you don't know who beyond what. So it's just best to, you know, not mess with anybody. Don't look at nobody any type of way. Just keep it pushing. So it was always people walking beside me, you know, going to where they were going, and I didn't pay no mind to that. So, you know, I'm riding my bike and I get on to the new road. When I get onto the new road, it's just like one kind of like long stretch road, and as soon as you get to the end, you would turn right, and then my parents' house is right there. So but the long road roughly took you like, I would say probably like 10 minutes to ride on a bike. Like just to ride through the one long road, it was like 10-15 minutes. And it was raining that day, so like I could barely see, like I'm trying to, you know. And as I'm riding down a car, okay, so I have to explain this better. So as I'm riding down this way, going home, and it's like two roads, right? You got the road that's with the cars going this way, and you got the road with the cars going this way. So they're like this. So I'm on the side where the cars is going the same way I'm going, and on the other side of the little thick little piece of the road is like a road with the cars going this way. So it's like, you know, like this. Y'all know how a road be. So it was kind of like dead that day. Like the road was kind of clear. A lot of cars wasn't coming through there. So, and it was a big road, so most of the cars were like here and one car was like back there because it was such a big road. Like it wasn't compacted with cars. So as I'm riding this way on my bike, a car goes past me. As I'm riding this way, he's riding this way, and he drives past me and like looks at me. But I don't notice when he looks at me. I just kind of glance and just think he's, you know, looking. But guys, after he passed me, he asked me, he stopped his car, and I'm still riding, and I'm just like, why is this man stopping his car? And like, he asked me, he was like, do you want to ride? Do you want to ride? Like, he shouts out his car, and he's like, do you want to ride? Do you want to ride? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, my heart is already pounding by now. Like, when I tell you, like, I'm so scared, like, I don't like anybody talking to me that I don't know. I don't like grown men talking to me or anything. So he was like, do you need a ride? Do you need a ride? And I was just like, no, I'm good. So he was like, you sure? Like, just like kept pressing it. So I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm okay. And he's on this, I remember. So it's like this road, like a little block, and then is this road. So, and I was all the way over here. So he was probably like this far away from me. So I kind of felt safe. So I kept riding. Like, I kept riding as he was saying that, and he was kind of like following my bike type of thing, like moving backwards in his car. Like, as I'm riding this way, he's riding this way backwards, like reversing his car, talking to me. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, for real? Like, I just told you no. So after I said no, I was like, no, I'm good. I don't know if he just thought that I was like, yes, but I was like, no, I'm good. Like, and I waved my hand like, no. But I don't know if he thought I was waving him to come here. I don't know. So after that, he kept driving. So I'm like, all right, he leave me alone. He left me alone. So let me start riding my bike. I started riding it back again. And like 5 minutes later, like, apparently he must have turned around because it was a little turn, like a U-turn place. You can make a U-turn to like drive by me, like go this direction, because he was going this direction, but he did a whole U-turn and came my direction. And 5 minutes later, like, I just, you know how you can feel when somebody's behind you? That's how I felt. Like, I just felt like somebody was behind me, and I'm just like, so like I'm riding my bike and I turn back and I look and I see the same car. Guys, when I tell you I was so scared, like I saw this same car and I'm like, did I just not tell you no, or like what? Like, I'm kind of confused. So I'm riding my bike this way, still riding on the long new road. I'm still riding my bike. I tried to go as fast as I can, but that road is so long. I was just, I couldn't do nothing about it. So, and I'm riding this way. This man literally does a U-turn behind me to where I can't see, and then he pulls up beside me, and was like, "What did you say? What did you say?" And I'm like, I said, "No, I'm good. I don't want to ride. No, I am good." So he's like, "Are you sure? It's raining outside. So I promise you, I can just take you home. Let me take you home," type of thing. So I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay? I'm perfectly fine." And like he just kept pressing me. Like, "Please let me take you home, da da da." So I'm like, I'm okay. Like my home's right. I didn't want to tell him where I lived. So I was like, my house is like literally right there. So I was like, I'm good, I'm okay. So after that, he didn't pull up his window. He just started driving like a little slower upper than me. And then I still have to drive past him because he's like driving a little slow, and I'm still riding my bike. He still has his window down, like I said, and like he's driving slow. So as I'm like riding past him, he's still trying to talk to me outside of the window shield. Like he's still trying to talk to me out the other window. So he's like, "You sure you don't want to ride home?" He said, "You don't have to. There's nothing wrong. Like there's nothing wrong. I'm just gonna take you home." But like, I'm thinking in my head, like, how are you gonna take me home? This man was in like a 4-seat car. It was not no big SUV. It wasn't a pickup truck. It was a two in the front, like the 3 in the back, like a regular car. So I'm just like, how are you gonna fit my bike in there? How? How are you gonna fit my big bike? I had an adult bike. How are you gonna fit my big bike in there? Like, oh, you're just gonna pull out some ropes out of your trunk? And no, like, you're not trying to take me home. Like, if you was, you would have said, "Oh, we can put your bike here. We can do this. We can like." But he was just trying to get me in a car, and I said no. And it's like, how are you even gonna fit my bike in? Like, that's why I think like he was trying to take me, because he kept on insisting, pushing me, pressuring me to get in his car, and didn't say not one thing about my bike or anything. Like I'm just supposed to leave my bike and just get in a car with you? Is that what you think I'm supposed to do? I don't understand. So I was just thinking that as he kept asking me that, and I was like, "Please leave me alone. I don't want to ride. I don't want to ride." I was just like, "I'm okay." Like I just started getting stern because I'm a very scary person, so I just try to be nice to people. But after that, I was just done. I was just like, "No, I'm okay." Like, what do you not understand? I was like, "No, I'm okay." So I just kept riding fast. And then that's when he just drove off past me and then just kept it moving. And I was like, "Yeah, like don't play with me like that, because I'm not about to get in nobody random car." And he looked like a pervert. Like he just looked perverted. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just tell when somebody's just perverty. Like he just looked perverted. So I was like, "No, like no, like you trying to no." I know exactly what you're trying to do. I know exactly what these men, especially the area that I lived in, these men are weird. They're perverts and they don't have nothing better else to do, and I know that. So I was just like, wow, like when I got home, I got there so fast. Like my brothers beat me home because I was sitting there trying to fight off that man. Like I was trying to get him away from me. And my brothers got home before me, and I was just so scared. Like my heart was pumping so hard. Like I was like, I'm never going alone by myself. Like I have to go what way my brother goes. Like I can't go by myself. And when I told my parents about it, they didn't believe me. Like they really didn't believe me. Like, cause if I didn't come home, then they would have, felt some type of way. And that just kind of like made me be like, wow, like y'all really sitting here, like, why would I lie about me almost getting kidnapped? You know what I'm saying? So it just really opened my eyes to a lot of stuff, because it's like people are really crazy out here. You cannot trust anybody. If they're not your family or your friends or somebody you've seen before, do not get in a car with them. Do not. Don't be stupid. Don't be naive, because you have to actually think through stuff. Like, he was trying to get me in his car, but you're in a tiny car. How are you gonna fit my bike in your car? And he didn't have no little rails on the top of his roof. How? Like, you really just got to think through stuff, because people nowadays be trying to kidnap kids, sex traffic kids, and I'm not finna be one of them. You know what I'm saying? So us girls, being young girls, we really have to, you know, be aware of our surroundings and be aware, like of everything that's going on in the world. Because if I didn't know anything about boys trying to kidnap girls or sex trafficking or anything like that, I probably would have gotten a car. But I stay informed, I stay aware of my surroundings, and I don't play that. So, you know, that's it. That's the end of my story. And if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back with some more bangers. And yeah, bye guys.